Dearest crocheter, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to make another bookmark together. This one is called the Elizabeth Bennet Bookmark, inspired by Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice novel. This bookmark is pretty, it's lacy, and it's beginner friendly. It uses a stitch called the spider stitch, which is a combination of single crochets and chain one spaces. I hope you guys enjoy this pattern, and let's dive into the tutorial. So the first thing that we're going to do is make a slip knot. We're going to place it on our hook and tighten it up. Now we are going to chain 6, but if you want to make your bookmark wider, just chain an even number. Into the second chain from the hook, we are going to make a single crochet. So insert your hook into that chain, yarn over and draw up a loop so you have 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Then we're going to chain 1, and into that same chain we're going to make a second single crochet. So by the end of this we should have a single crochet, chain 1, followed by another single crochet. We're going to skip 1 chain, and working into the next chain we are going to make a single crochet, chain 1, followed by a second single crochet into that same chain space. Skip 1 chain, and then working into that last chain we are going to make a single crochet followed by a chain 1 and a second single crochet into that same chain space. So at the end of this row we should have a total of 6 single crochets and 3 chain 1 spaces. We're going to turn our work and chain 1 to start row 2. For row 2 we're going to be working into the chain 1 spaces. So it's a little hard to see, but there's a back bar there, and we want to make sure that we are on the right hand side of that back bar when we make our single crochet. So this is what it looks like from the back, and as you guys can see, we're directly in the center of the 2 single crochets, which is what we want. So we're going to continue by chaining 1 and making a second single crochet into that chain 1 space. Alright, we're going to skip over the 2 single crochets and we're going to go directly into that chain 1 space. So we are going to find that back bar and make sure that we are on the right hand side of it. So insert your hook into that space, make a single crochet, chain 1, and a second single crochet into that space. Now skip the 2 single crochets and we're going to work into that last chain 1 space, making sure that we are on the right hand side of the back bar, and we're going to make a single crochet, chain 1, followed by a second single crochet. So for row 2 we should have a total of 6 single crochets and 3 chain 1 spaces. Turn your work and chain 1 to start row 3. Into that first chain 1 space we are going to make a single crochet, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when we don't work along the right hand side of the bar. So as you guys can see, we've worked directly into that second single crochet instead of in between the 2 single crochets. So we always want to make sure that we are checking for that back bar and that we work on the right hand side of it so that we are working directly into that chain 1 space or that center space. So single crochet, chain 1, and make a second single crochet into that space. Into the next chain 1 space, we are going to make a single crochet, chain 1, and a second single crochet into that space. And into the last space we're going to make a single crochet, chain 1, followed by a second single crochet. So this row is the exact same as row 2. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you guys the row counts that you will need for each size, but if you'd like to customize your own, just continue to repeat this row until you're happy with the length of your bookmark. Once you've crocheted to your desired length, we are going to end the bookmark by inserting our hook into the row below, into that side, and we are going to make a slip stitch. So what we're going to do is yarn over and pull that loop through the loop on our hook, and we're going to draw that loop up and keep pulling so that we get a bit of a tail, and then we are going to trim it and pull it tight. It's time to weave in our ends, so grab a yarn needle and take your bottom tail and weave it through the yarn needle. So you may notice that the bottom chain has a lot of gaps or space between it, and if this is bothering you, I'm going to show you a technique for getting rid of that. This is optional, so you can weave in your ends normally, but if you would like to fix your bottom chain, what we're going to do is insert our needle from the bottom of the chain up through a few stitches. Then pull it tight, and we are going to move on to the next chain. So going up from the bottom and through the top of a few stitches, we're going to insert our needle, pull it tight, and we're going to do this all the way across. What this does is actually bring the bottom of our chain up to the level of our row 1 stitches, so there won't be any gaps. You guys will notice that it is a little noticeable on this side, but that will be your back side, and when you look at the front side, it won't be noticeable at all. Now we are going to finish weaving in that end by weaving our needle through a few stitches. Once you're satisfied, trim that tail off and we can move on to the top tail. So we're going to do the exact same thing up top. We're going to weave our needle through a few stitches, secure it with a knot, and then weave it through a few more stitches before we trim off the tail. If you'd like to add a tassel, what we're going to do is wrap a piece of yarn around a small container or piece of cardboard a total of 7 times. Then snip that off, and with a new piece of yarn, insert it underneath the tassel so that it's directly in the center of the tassel, and secure it with a double knot. Cut that tail and also cut along the bottom of the tassel to release it from the container. With a new piece of yarn, begin to wrap the tassel to shape it a total of 3 or 4 times until you're happy with the look of it. Trim off that tail and secure this in place with a double knot. With your yarn needle, we are going to insert that tail through the center of the tassel and out through the bottom. And we're going to do this 2 times because there are 2 tails. Now trim your tassel so that it's all even. And we are going to use the last tail to attach it to our bookmark. So we're going to insert our needle into the center of the bookmark, and when you are happy with the length of your tassel, we are going to secure it with a knot and weave it in to secure the end. Blocking your bookmark is a great way to help it lie flat or to get straight edges. So what you're going to do is stick straight pins into a piece of cardboard, a piece of styrofoam, so that your bookmark stays in place. Then with your steamer or spray bottle, gently steam or spray your bookmark, and then pat the water or the steam into your bookmark with your hand so that it really soaks into the fabric. Once it is dry, your bookmark is ready to use. I hope you enjoyed this fun little bookmark pattern, and let me know in the comments down below how your bookmarks turned out. If you enjoyed this pattern, like the video and subscribe for more fun crochet content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day.